Hey guys, Hrph here. Welcome to another, albeit depressing, episode of Ark Survival Evolved here on Ragnarok. We have suffered a tremendous tragedy here. We completed our last episode on Crystal Isles, where we tamed a wild tropical crystal wyvern. And we pretty much, had finished up the tasks I wanted to accomplish over there. So I had brought a few of our dinos over there for base building purposes and getting around. So I decided let's drag everybody back to Ragnarok here, which is acting as our main base for the most part. And I got everybody into the obelisk, transferred out. Woke up on Ragnarok, walked over to the obelisk, pulled everybody out, and immediately, went to log out. I just hit the start button, hit exit, and it went about 5 seconds and crashed. So it seems to have crashed before it saved anything. So the end result is we lost 6 dinos that I had cryopoded, that I pulled out of the obelisk. I lost my my long neck that we had been using. We had an apprentice long neck that was about 246 damage, I believe. I cannot find the blueprint for that. So I had a blueprint for it. Actually, it might be on Valguero now that I think of it. But, anyway, so we lost that. We lost some bullets. We lost some trank. We lost our supply of trank darts, our supply of kibble. We lost a supply of bullets. We lost 6 dinos, and I'm not even sure what else. Our chibi that we had started to work on over on Crystal Isles. We had a chibi about halfway to leveling up, and that one is Noglin is gone. So unfortunately, the victims were the Hrph. The Hrph was my first griffin. We actually tamed it over there on Crystal Isles. He was a level, I believe he was up in the 270s. He was a 135 that we perfect tamed over there. Up to, I believe, what would that make him? A 202? So we had actually gotten him up 70 or 71 levels. Can't remember. He was our main cog in collecting everything for raptor claws. We had him up around just over 700 pounds, I believe, to carry. His attack stinks, but all the Griffins' attack stinks. But, he had a good amount of life. He had a good amount of stamina and a good amount of weight. And I do have a couple of Griffins that started off the same level as him. But, you become accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And having a high-level Griffin is one of them. And so now I'm back to like a 223, 224 Griffin that just stinks compared to the Hrph. So the Hrph is a loss. That is definitely a setback. Also a victim, Marge Tavis. She was my original Argentavis, the original female Argentavis. And we are joined here today by the Sarge here, which was her boyfriend. I have the HUD off, but this is the Sarge. And this is one of their children, which I recovered and brought back from Valguero. This is one of the female children. So we had taken the Sarge and Marge and combined their best stats. They were both, I think was Marge a 150? She might have been a 145. I think the Sarge was was also a 145. Maybe Marge was a 150, I can't remember. But we were able to combine them along with a third Argentavis, which I don't even know where that one is at this point. And we were able to get babies that with all the combined stats that start off at 248. So this is a unleveled 248, and there's no we don't have any mutations yet. So I had set up breeding a long time ago. We have a perfect male, and actually had 3 perfect females. This is one of the perfect females. So anyway, yep. So we have that. Marge, I had leveled up a fair amount. She wasn't fully stacked. She was maybe in the 260s, but she was. I had her as my heavyweight. She would carry everything around, all of the building dinos. So again, another setback to our way of life. Along with the 2 of them, our Basilo. The Basilo we tamed over here in Viking Bay. I believe it was a level 140 that was just trapped in Viking Bay, so we were able to tame that. We had leveled it up a bit here. We took it over to Crystal Isles to continue that leveling up, and we did. We killed a couple of alphas with it. We got quite a few levels on the Basilo, and it's gone. So for the Griff, I have 2 other. We have Peter the Griffin and Stewie the Griffin. Stewie is actually still back on Crystal Isles, and I have Peter here. So I'm not going to bother to replace. I could spawn in a replacement for the Griff, but stats are all going to be different. You know what I mean? You could spawn in a replacement and then spawn in some XP for the creature. I prefer not to do that. That's why I have backups, but I hate losing them like this to a frickin' game glitch. I don't mind losing them, to dinos if I do something dumb and get them killed by a Giga or whatever, right? But I don't like losing them to a game glitch. Marge, we have lots of, descendants for Marge, so while she cannot be replaced directly, we will have a replacement. The Basilo, I cannot replace. I may actually spawn in a replacement Basilo, but I think that's going to be the only one. So that's only half of what we lost. In addition to that, we lost our really highly leveled up Anki. Which was a key cog in collecting metal for me here on Ragnarok. So our metal production guy is gone. I have another Anki that we grabbed on the way out of the aberration area on Valguero. So I have, when I brought Marge's daughter here, I brought the Anki back. So we do have another reasonably high Anki that we could start to train up. So we also lost the Dodecarus. Again, he was our stone collector that we had leveled pretty highly up. So I don't know if I'm going to immediately replace this one or not. I do have a building project here. And oddly enough, well, anyway, let me finish this. And the mammoth, we lost our mammoth. We just tamed a mammoth kind of mostly because, well, I mean, they're very useful for gathering, but mostly tamed him to check out the new TLC for the mammoth. So, we have a beaver, so we have a wood gatherer. So that's not a huge loss, although, that guy could hold a ton and carry a ton of berries and all that. So, and we're up here on a little plateau. That is our breeding facility. What I want to do is, if you look to the left of that, just down below, I guess to the right and below the green drop there. You can see a little pond right around there. What I want to do is build a ramp from our plateau where the facility is down over to there. Has a little pond. I could use that pond for frog breeding. I also need some extra space to drop our Gigas out and start mating them with the goal of letting the aloes that I need to tame up eat some of the the Giga eggs, or the Giga babies rather, just to level them up a ton in one chunk. So yeah, so anyway, that's what we're going to be working on throughout the episode here, and well, I probably won't show you a lot of the grinding, but we'll do some of that. Anyway, yeah, I hate this. I hate this because I lost a lot of stuff, a lot of time, a lot of effort. Yeah, the ones that really hurt, I mean, the Basilo we hadn't really used yet, although we were working towards it. These two here in the margin, the Griff, those really hurt. Those one hurt. This happened on New Year's Day, so this was a New Year's Day tragedy. You know, we spent so much time saying, let's get rid of 2020. You know, there was so many issues going on in the world, United States here, and you know, with COVID and civil unrest and all that. I mean, this obviously is just a video game, so we'll be fine. But yeah, I really didn't want to start off New Year's Day with just an in-game tragedy. So I mean, it is what it is. We'll get by, but we'll miss the team. So yeah, I think that's it for now. What I did is let me enable the HUD again. So that's the Sarge, and this is Argentavis. I'm going to call her Marge Jr., I think. So yeah, so for the Griff, we have a couple of other Griffins we can employ, although we have to level them up, which sucks. The Anki we had a backup for. The Dodec I don't have a backup for, but the Yankees can collect some stone, not as efficiently, but... And the Mammoth, we have a Beaver as a backup, so really the only one is the Basilo. So I am seriously considering just spawning in a replacement Basilo. I found a blueprint when I went back to Valguero for I think it's a Mastercraft Basilo saddle. So, I'm probably going to go ahead and craft that saddle and head to the beach. Try to spawn in a Basilo, and then I'm going to spawn in some XP and just get the Basilo up. Somewhat leveled up. You know, we had probably put 30 or so levels into our Basilo. So, I just want to get to that point again. I do want to take the Basilo and some stuff at some point in the next couple of episodes over to Genesis, and I want to start messing around on Genesis. I think, but in the meantime here, I'm going to work on this facility over here for the purposes of breeding our Beals Bufo to get a couple of higher level children that we can drag over there. You know, they're very handy in the bog on Genesis. And honestly, kind of handy in the ocean. They're pretty fast underwater. So, yeah, I'm looking for some a good Beals to breed up, and it's getting dark. It looks like the sun's going to go down here, so I'm going to get this started, and I will bring it back for some of the end result. I don't think I'll bother to build on camera, but yeah, sad day. Sad day. Literally, this happened kind of early afternoon on New Year's Day. And I just turned the game off. I was so sad and angry. I turned the game off, and really, I hadn't played for about a day and a half, so this is probably going to come out a little bit later than than my typical. I try to release a video every other day. But yeah, I don't. This may push a day or two out. So, but yeah. So that's it. A sad day, but we will press on and we will overcome. We will miss our team. So yeah, that's it. So I'll bring you guys back when I have some progress over there to show. Okay, guys, we are back. Let's go take a look. I'll show you what I've gotten accomplished here. So I couldn't do exactly what I was hoping to do, but this I think is pretty good. Let's see. Maybe I'll show you from the bottom. And let me climb down. There we go. So we'll sort of... Okay. So it's not 100% perfect. I'm still waiting here. I got about another minute to go before. This is our 224 Giga, and I've got a level 30, tamed in at 37. So maybe it was a little higher than I thought. It was like level 18 or 12, or I don't remember. But, so this is pretty much it. What I did is I started down here. This was a short little gap. So I just started by placing a foundation here. Sort of partway sticking out. Just put some stairs, put a couple of platforms here, which got us... got us to right about there. I could not connect these. I don't know if you could see right here. There's... Oh, shit. I don't want to fall down there. Oh, crap. But what I did is I lined up this foundation as best I could, eyeballing with the end of this guy. And then I just put some stairs going down. So you can see the stairs go underneath, right? So they underlap, or whatever you want to say. So, but that lines up pretty good. From there, I was able to put a couple more stairs coming up, and was able to add a platform with a column under there, and that column lined up with this foundation. So, so you can see it's not it's not perfect. There's a couple of gaps here, but you do run right up it. And then I ended up having to do another foundation here. So you can kind of see the layout, right? There was foundation, column, foundation. Then this foundation has two built down, and that actually really lined up pretty good. I need to stop sprinting so I don't fly off. I have actually fallen off. Let's see, I fell off up here. Yeah, I fell off up here right down into the water. That's Spino. Is that a Spino? Yeah, he was definitely not there. So I did have to turn on, or turn off, I guess. You have to check the box in the options, the structure collision prevention, so I could place this very last stair right here, because it went into this side and the end just a tiny bit. So you can see it is in there, but it looks much better having that in there. So yeah, and then I just lined up, I eyeballed as best I could a foundation up here, and just put a hatch frame. So a lot of this is just done by eye. You kind of have to, it's not quite straight, but it's pretty good. I think it's going to work. Well, let's go down and throw our other Giga out. So this is my issue, is I have half fallen down here and had to catch myself a couple of times. I need to put a lot more railings going down, because I'm a running maniac and I don't really pay attention to what I'm doing. And if I fall down there and I land in the water, I'm not going to die. But then I'm going to die because there's Spinos down there. So I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. So So yeah, the whole point of this is I've got my 224 Rex and this Rex. That's bigger than a Rex, dude. Got the 224 Giga, and I got this male Giga that we found over by. Yeah, so this one we got right at the green obelisk, pretty close to the green ob right up there. And the male we found over in the highlands, sort of in the, I guess near the lighthouse sort of area. So this guy, yeah, level 37. So what would that, so that would be what, 18 and 6? No, it's better than that then. Maybe it was 24 or something. No, I can't remember. I thought it was level 11. I guess maybe it was a little bit higher. But yeah, anyway, compared to this 150 that we found, you know, in the wild. So we got a breeding pair of Gigas, and I just needed room to put them in an easy way to get back and forth. Because there's no way I was squeezing these two up onto our little platform up there. So that's it. I'm going to turn mating on with these guys. I need to go find our two aloes. I cannot remember if I left them on the island or if I brought them. I looked through my cryo fridge up here. I can't find it. I'm going to have to go look at the cryo fridge back at base. But, yeah, I think, if I can, the green underbelly on this one. This might be a Christmas color. This is the 224, right? That's kind of cute. So yeah, the initial goal is going to be, you know, we want to try to get a decent level male Giga. This one's only 37. So if we can hatch, you know, or get an egg that's a male that's somewhere in the 200s, even close to this lovely female, then this guy will become obsolete. And maybe we can go use him to have some fun in a field somewhere. But yeah, anything less than that, any kind of crappy babies, we are going to have the aloes eat them up there. And you know, the goal is the baby Gigas give a ton of XP, so it's an easy way to just sit there and chomp on a baby, and man, they're going to go up to like, you know, 30 or 40 levels with one kill. So yep, so that's the goal. Also over here is a little pond that I'm hoping that this is deep enough to breed you know, my frogs, because I know the babies have to stay in the water like until they mature. So I'm hoping that this will do that. So we may bring the frogs down here and try that as well. And this should be relatively safe. I don't think anything can really spawn up here. I may just slap some foundations around here and there to prevent any spawning, but I don't think much will spawn here. Maybe a raptor or something, and then I suppose something could spawn up top there and drop down, but this should be relatively safe spot. So I'm going to go look for the aloes. I'm going to turn these guys on mating, and I'm going to go see if I can find the aloes. Hopefully I brought them back. I'm pretty sure I did, because I knew I was going to have to level them, so fairly certain I brought them back here. But we'll bring you back shortly. Okay guys, we are back. I have our first egg here. You can see even with my rates, when I dropped it down, it was about 55 minutes. And I have, you know, single player Xbox. I have egg hatching speed run all the way up. I'm going to double check that when I exit the game tonight, but pretty sure I have that at all the way up. If it's not all the way up, it's at 95% already. So the Giga eggs take quite a while to hatch. I did find our aloes. They were over at the base. I could tell because they were the ones with not full health. So I'm going to toss one out and see if I can actually ride it in here. Whoops. Because I want it. is 4 blocks high, so... Okay, I can ride it. So, these guys are pretty hurt from the ice cave. Part of it is, I think they started off, what, around 4,000? We got their health up. They leveled up a few times in the cave. But they were down about half. Oh, look at the levels. They went up. Wow. They've been in the cryopod, just sitting in my cryo fridge. And that's 39 levels. That might just be a result of jumping between maps. Well, that's awesome, though. Okay, so like one baby Giga, and this thing will be fully jacked out. Okay, I gotta check the food here. But anyway, so yeah, this thing is gonna take an hour to hatch. The issue is their mating interval is, it's like 5 minutes or something. So I'm gonna have eggs out the yin-yang here before too long. So let's go back and check on the Gigas. Because, I mean, they laid 1 egg and they've already got 2 down. Okay. So, yeah, so she's ready to mate in a couple of minutes, minute and a half or something. So I just need to keep an eye on these and grab these eggs. I'm not going to have too many. They take an hour to hatch, so I'm not going to sit here for 10 hours. I can briefly tell you the story of these, and I'm going to do an entire episode on these Rexes. So these two on the left, right here, these are, I don't know if you can see, we initially tamed 5 Rexes. These are the results of all the best stats of those 5 Rexes. They happened to come out to 224. Most of these Rexes were either like level 130 or 135, so they were coming out as like 202s or 194s when we tamed them. So they weren't, they didn't have the best, highest stats. So all of the stats, at least the ones I cared about, this is the perfect male and female from all 5 of those other ones, and they just happen to be 224 without mutation. This, we went and captured a bunch of new ones. Not a bunch, but another, I want to say 5. 2 of them had stats that were not really usable. As in, like, other dinos had better stats than them. So 2 of them we didn't even put in the breeding pool. So these 2 here were the first breeding attempt. And this guy, let's see what these guys were. These were more like 145s. Are you 230? Oh, you're the baby. Okay, sorry. These 2 were the 2. One of them happens to be a Christmas color one. So 217, yeah, this was a 145, and I think this was also a 145, yeah. Also a 217. So these were the 2 that had the most common best stats. So I think, so I combined these 2, got the perfect for those 2. This is the perfect baby. So yeah, their level's up to 237. And it turns out this, the combination of all of these stats are actually better than our original ones. The only thing that these ones have better than our new group of breeders is stamina. So I may just breed the stam in since we're doing it. So the idea here is this F4, I forget now, I don't have the spreadsheet in front of me. But this F4 is part of the new, this is one of the new 217s, and this one might have, let me see, does this one have melee or something? No, it's not melee. This one might have, this is the best weight at 920, so I think this baby here, yeah, so this baby's got 820, so we've got 920 weight on that one. You can see this stack is much better. It's got 552 for melee. Up by stack, it's not stack, this generation. Whereas these 224s that we had initially bred, you know, have 440. So I mean, we're 100 points better. So I think what I need to do now is breed. I don't remember what these are. Is this a male? This is a female. I think this is a male. This baby. So yeah, I think what I need to do is breed this male in with this female to carry over the weight. And then the resulting babies there will breed whatever gender we need to of this group in to get stam. And yeah, we're going to have Rexes that are going to probably be starting, you know, around 250, I hope. Which would mean, you know, we could level these guys up into the 320s. So, yeah, that would be freaking awesome. And so we'll have, you know, some 320 fighters for bosses. So, yeah, so that's it. That's the... But I'm going to do a whole video on this, and I'll show you guys the spreadsheet and all that. It's just, it's kind of a work in progress, but it looks like I have time to do it now. Based on the waiting around for Gigas to hatch. So, I could probably hatch 5 Rexes before one Giga will hatch anyway. So. But anyway, yeah, so I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll show off some of this hatching next time. Yeah, so started off on a sad note. You know, we lost a bunch of our good dinos. I have not done anything with the Basilo yet. I will show you one thing actually before I drop. I had on Valguero, I have a couple of blueprints from Raptor Claws over here for a long neck, and those are in the 500s, and it's so much resources, just like beyond my means to make. And but I did have we've been using long necks in the 240s. I lost that long neck as part of the whole disaster. I couldn't find the blueprint. I guess it wasn't on Valguero. Where was it? I think I actually got this blueprint on... I don't remember where I got this. I think I found this on Valguero. I could not find my apprentice one. So anyway, it doesn't matter. This blueprint was in the 330s. It still cost 4,200 metal. I want to say 4,200 metal and about 900 wood and about 1,200 hide. So the hide and wood's not a big deal, but the 4,200 metal, I mean, I had it, but that you know, I might have about 1,000 left, but that pretty much cleaned me out. Because before we left with to go to Crystal Isles, I had put a ton of metal over in the industrial forge. So that has all cooked. I guess I could throw another one of these down. They'll hatch a few minutes apart. Maybe I'll wait 10 minutes and then throw it in over here. So I think I have two. Do I have 2 guys over here? I just have the one. I think I've got another Dimitrodon in the cryo fridge. Anyway, I'm just blabbing, talking out loud. So, yeah, I'll bring you back. We'll start the next episode. We'll do some breeding, and maybe I'll talk about the Rexes, and I'll show you sort of all the stats, and maybe I'll do a little breeding before we get to that point. See if we can't come up with another Another Rex. Yeah, the issue is this is really busy. I need to get rid of a bunch of these. And I also have to make sure that I know these guys are... I have to make sure all of these guys are not passive. Because they will all take off running at... let me see. No, you're not. Okay. I don't want to whistle passive because... Yeah, the issue is if I go in here and I attack the baby Giga, a lot of these guys are going to run, and if they start running, they're going to run right off the cliff. So I need to make sure. Alright, you're already passive. Because I just made you passive. Anyway, okay guys, I think that's going to be it for today. As always, I appreciate everybody watching. And if you find yourself enjoying what we do, if you like the story, let us know in the comments, throw us a like, subscribe. All these things really do help us out in the end, and I look forward to seeing everybody in the next one. Hope everybody is having a great New Year.